Sorry, go ahead.
I'm eating nuts and
I don't care. It's presentable.
we're doing an ASMR episode and we didn't know.
So
I was a barista, yeah.
Where?
At many places. Most notably, La Brea Bakery Cafe.
Okay. I don't know where that is.
It's in Wilshire. Well, it's
in La
closed
Brea.
now. La Brea. There's a clue. La Brea and like 6th Street in Wilshire.
Okay.
And I'm spinning out nuts, but yeah, it's closed now.
Oh.
But
okay.
La Brea Bakery brand is like a very popular bread brand. Have you seen it in the grocery stores?
No. Not that popular, apparently. Because I haven't seen it. It's
there. You gotta look for it. It's there.
Where do you go grocery shopping?
Right here at Vons.
Oh, I hate Vons.
Do I seem like somebody that would shop at Whole Foods?
I mean, you live in the Studio City.
This is Studio City.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
You can disclose the location. 4135 Laurel Canyon. Tell my crazy brother-in-law. I live alone.
I hate Vons, so that's probably why.
Why do you hate Vons?
Because it's very overpriced. Every time I walk in there, I feel like I just walked into Canada. Like the cereals are like $8.99 a box.
Very serious cereals.
There's no variety in any. It's just like a generic grocery store. It's small. It's expensive. It's always cold as shit.
Yeah.
Just there's the lighting makes me feel like I'm in high school again. That ugly fluorescent lighting.
You're waiting for the school bell to ring. Bing, bing. Go to class.
Yeah. I'll go anywhere except Vons. Usually I do Ralph's.
Oh, you do? You're a Ralph's girl?
I do. Yeah, I do Ralph's because it's like a mile away from me. Sometimes I'll do Trader Joe's and Aldi as well. I'll switch, kind of rotate. Yeah, but it's 90% Ralph's.
I went to Aldi one time and I will never do that again.
How do you say it? Aldi? Aldi.
Oh, Aldi? I went to Aldi and I just remember like there were boxes on the floor.
Yeah.
And there was like ham. Like you would just like be looking through bread and there would be like a package of ham or like a random tomato, just like shuffled. Everything was like all disorganized.
Yeah. But it's cheap. The prices are very affordable.
It was kind of cheap. Yeah.
So you get that for it being disorganized.
Right. I guess we're paying for organization at Vons. That's the $8 cereal. Yeah. All the Special K is in the same location.
That's exactly why. Yeah. Aldi is, the boxes everywhere. That's just, what they keep their merchandise in. Fun fact, you can actually take the boxes if you want. Like if you don't want to
take them home?
Yes, you can. They actually encourage it because the employees at the end of the night, they have to like break down all these boxes and throw them away. And so if you take them from the shelves, it's like you're doing them a favor. If you don't want to like spend the 10 cents on grocery bags.
You can bring the boxes to Costco. Because Costco needs boxes.
Oh, I love Costco, but I don't have a membership. And they won't even let you in now without a membership.
Oh, I know. They're like scanning it at the door like TSA.
Yeah. Do you have a Costco membership?
I just got a Costco membership.
But you are one person. Who are you feeding?
You're hitting on the exact problem of why my partner wanted a Costco membership. A partner with a hard P.
Oh, okay, sure.
He wanted a Costco membership, and so I acquiesced, and he got the executive membership for $50.
Oh, okay.
Stupidest decision. We went on a Saturday, and like it was busy as hell, and then all the food was like couldn't even fit in the fridge.
Well, yes, you barely have a fridge.
It's not even a real fridge. No one can see it, but like. How would you describe that fridge?
What? That is almost the exact fridge I have.
Oh, so you have an apartment fridge?
Yeah.
That's called an apartment fridge.
Oh, I didn't know that's the name of it.
Isn't that crazy?
My other one was half the size, like a mini fridge.
Really?
So this is like an upgrade for me. Yeah. But I can see why none of your Costco shit would fit in there.
Wait, so my fridge is bigger than your fridge?
Right. Your fridge as of now is the same as mine. Before, I had like a fridge half of the size. It was like a mini fridge.
Yeah.
Basically.
Was it a wine cooler?
Well, it wasn't like you could actually store wine in it, but it was probably the size of a wine cooler. Yeah.
Oh,
and I had that for like 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was very frustrating because I couldn't go like do a full grocery trip ever because and my freezer was like a tiny little freezer. I couldn't even put ice cream in it because the ice cream would melt. And so I was bitching about it for so long that I think last year on me and my boyfriend's 7-year anniversary, he got me a fridge.
Oh, he bought you a fridge. He
bought me a fridge.
A full fridge.
A full fridge, yeah. So now I can, this apartment fridge, yeah.
What a guy.
I mean, truly, like that he's a keeper.
It's crazy, like you become an adult and you just like, you start to value like, oh, like get me an oil. What do you want for your birthday? Wheels on my car, like an oil changer, like a fridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so funny the way you put that. Yeah, you're like, I don't even want video games or clothes. Just get me.
No. I'm happy with the Kmart clothes I wear. Like, yeah, please. A nice Chipotle bowl.
Yes.
I'm always taking the gift cards. Yeah.
It's so funny. I walked by I was at the Galleria Mall earlier and I was like, oh, I got to eat something before the podcast. And I almost was going to get Chipotle in memory of you. Why am I saying that as if you're dead? But yeah, in memory of last time.
I'm still here. Yeah. I didn't die. E. coli didn't get me.
Yeah, but I decided not to do Chipotle. I got something else. But yeah, I thought of you. Every time I think of Chipotle now, I think of you. Because
I ate it in front of you for like 2 hours.
Yes.
On the podcast.
That's exactly why. Yeah. But I didn't mind that. No.
Sorry, I forgot to do this.
No, it's okay. Oh, we got to redo the whole thing.
No.
So tell me about you being a barista. Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you that in a second.
Do you think that helps?
I have no idea.
Is this on?
Nothing's recording. No, it's definitely on.
Oh, okay.
You know, the last time I had somebody on, I forgot to press record on this camera. Let me check, because now I feel weird.
Well, I see the red light.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is recording. Recording. Boom. Okay.
Okay.
Barista. I was a barista.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I used to go 1 flat white and I would push it forward and I didn't know what I just made. Yeah.
What? Do you know what a flat white is?
I mean, it's a lot of milk and foam and no, it's a lot of foam, right?
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, so you don't know.
I've never been a barista. You're the expert here.
Yeah, it's a lot of foam.
Okay. I'm sure you've had like those picky customers that's like, I want a decaf, Americano, no coffee, extra ice, or I don't know, a bunch.
Take it. I forget what the craziest. It wasn't even when I was a barista. I had a coworker who said that she liked, what did she say again? She said like she liked iced Americanos, but it had to be a hot Americano. Poured over. Oh, no. Okay. She liked hot Americanos, but she liked it poured over ice and then reheated or something.
That's very strange.
It made no sense at all, but she was wealthy.
Are you still friends with this person?
No, she got fired too.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Yeah. People are picky though in the barista world.
Yeah. That would just, I feel like that would just irk me. Just because when I go in, I just feel guilty for even being there at Starbucks and just being like, can I just have like a white chocolate frappuccino? If that's too much, I'll kill myself. It's okay.
Can I have a tall white chocolate frappuccino with extra foam? A dash of cinnamon?
Oh, that's too much. Yeah. I would never go that far. Yeah. But I
think you have imposter syndrome because I'm the same way.
Are you a doctor?
Huh? No.
No, I don't think I haven't. Well, maybe a little bit, but it's not as bad as other people. I praise myself a lot.
You praise yourself a lot?
Yeah, I do. If I do like a good job, I'm like, I'm fucking awesome.
I know, I do that too.
Yeah.
But then I walk into a Starbucks and lose all backbone.
Oh.
I'm like, I think I'll take whatever's near you. Like whatever you already have on, I'll take some of it.
Okay, sure. So around other people, you are much more modest. But when it comes...
Yeah, I can weirdly get really like a pushover.
Okay, you're a people pleaser.
I'm a people pleaser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Are you?
No, I don't give a fuck. Truly.
Yeah.
I've heard Taylor Swift is a pathological people pleaser, and that is one thing I can't relate to. I don't give a fuck if people
you don't give a fuck
No.
about people.
I don't. No.
Interesting.
About people. Yeah. Whether they live or die.
Really?
No.
Well, I'm kind of that. Some people I want to die. I want to die.
I'm kind of the same way.
You have an hour, I can tell you a list.
Really? There's
No,
this guy. I'm being serious. Well, like, I don't have like a Death Note or anything. It's from this anime called Death Note. But like internally, yeah, I do wish death on certain people in my life. And I'm like, you're like, get out.
Oh, shit.
There's this guy. I live in a guest house, and it's like this property sort of thing with like multiple units. And I live in a guest house, and then the unit in front of me is like another mini house. And there's this old guy who's bald and always staring at me all the fucking time, like in the creepiest way. And sometimes he'll come to my backyard area, and he's done this before, but he'll stop and just stare through my window.
Way.
And genuine. And there was a time where the ambulance was suddenly called, and they came, and like he had to go to the hospital or something. And I was like telling my boyfriend, I was like, I think I did it. I think
You mentally killed him.
And then, well, he came back after 2 weeks because I thought he died. He had like a heart attack because he's like a chronic smoker too. And then after 2 weeks, he came back, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't manifest it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You gotta really affirm death every day in the mirror.
Yeah, no. But he's like one of the few people that I genuinely want him to die.
Because he was being pervy through your window.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything, but it's like also it's an Armenian thing. You know, I'm Armenian, but I'm very whitewashed, and him and his family, they're all Armenian. So Armenians are like this. They stare a lot.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. At they're called odars. If you're a non-Armenian, you're an odar. So that's like, it's like in Harry Potter. It's like, oh, you're a mugblood. You're not of like the wizardry. You're like a non-wizard, a mugblood. So it's like to Armenians, like, oh, it's an odar, you know? Odar. So it's like a non-Armenian. They kind of naturally like turn their nose up to. And so they just like stare a lot at odars. And even like, I don't know, I'm Armenian, but they just stare at me a lot, I've noticed. And I have no idea why.
Well, probably they like you.
They want to fuck me? Yeah. Maybe.
The world runs on fucking.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I was going to say the same thing. I catch certain people's eye. And, you know, I'm the same way. I catch myself staring at people.
Mm-hmm. But
we're hardwired.
But here's the thing. When you stare, you know, and you see the other person like look at you back.
Yeah.
Do you have, I would hope, the decency to, do you keep staring at them with eyes wide open, or do you just kind of like, oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
This is why I think I'm not successful. I think that the people who are able to keep staring, they make it. Because now they're going to like, I don't know, like talk to that person or fuck them, and then that person's going to give them an opportunity. I have to look away. And every time I look away, I go, oh, why do I got to look away? But like, I feel weird about.
But like, hold on, with that logic, hold on, let me backtrack. If somebody is staring at me, and in their mind, they're like, if I keep staring hard enough, I will fuck this person. What would make me or anyone else think that I would want to go over to them because they are like staring that much?
Well, I mean,
Like if somebody was staring at you that much, would you be like, wow, that's hot?
I mean, if they were hot, yeah. No, it's funny because I was just at the gym today, and there was a hot man.
Which gym?
Oh, my job has a gym.
Oh, okay.
I work for Disney.
You're right. Okay.
And they have a gym, and there was a hot man, and I had my phone near some weights, and he was like, "Hey," in the mirror, he was like, "Hey, you mind if I use the 35s?" And I was like, oh, "Please use them." And I like moved my phone out of the way, and then I like acted really bashful. And I thought to myself, are the people who like hook up in gyms, are they the ones that like, yeah, you can use the 35s and you can also use something else, and they like drop their pants? Or, you know what?
Yeah.
It brings up a bigger question of, have you ever been romantically involved with someone that you met in real life?
Well, all of my past partners, I have met them in real life.
Oh, you have? Wow. See, being gay is so different.
Well,
They're
in the
all
sense
on
of
the
where are they going to come from if not real life?
Apps.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you meant like, do you have an imaginary boyfriend? Of
All
course,
mine
they're
are
all
like
in real
Yu-Gi-Oh
life.
cards. And,
An anime or AI.
yeah.
No, I'm not a dating app person. It's funny because I think we briefly touched on this last time with the Grindr thing, and I was I don't know what Grindr is. But no, I'm not a date. I don't even have a profile on any dating app.
Really?
No, yeah.
You never have, period?
Never. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been very lucky where I've been in 3 long-term relationships over the course of my life. I was 14, end of 14 when I started dating, and I had this boyfriend for 7 years. That was my first boyfriend, high school sweetheart,
Wow.
7 years. We broke up. 3 months later, I got with someone else for 4.5 years. And then,
you were jumping around.
well, not jumping that much, but like not compared to people in LA, but
you were going hard.
Yeah.
Every
and then
time.
After the 4.5 year one, I jumped into now my current relationship, which is 7.5 years.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So I don't relate at all to like the current landscape of dating and the misery surrounding it, and like how difficult it is to find a boyfriend or girlfriend. It's never been like that. This sounds so pretentious. It's never been like that for me. In fact, it's been the opposite, where I'm so grateful that I have been able to be in these long-term relationships by some miracle, but it's also made me like have some FOMO, like missing out on like the dating scene, and like what like genuinely, it's like, what is it like to, you know, hop around and to like have one night stands, which I hear is awful, but you still feel like that sense of missing out on it.
It's awful and it's not, you know, but yeah, I don't know, like because I hooked up a lot, but like if I think about like if I could go back and change something, I really don't know that I would change anything. But it's hard. You know what's interesting is that you jumped from 7 to 4 to 7.
Yeah.
Because you know the idea of a rebound. But those are short usually. Like someone's with someone for like 10 years and then they're like, fuck you. And then they leave and then they go and like, and they like have sex with someone for maybe 2 months and they go, oh my God, I'm actually just sad. And they like, and they cry and and they break up.
After the 7-year one, I did have a crush on somebody else at work, but it wasn't really reciprocated. So we were like, we didn't have sex, but we like made out quite often.
Really?
But we never had sex. And then, so I don't know if that counts as like a rebound though, because I did like him towards the tail end of my 7-year relationship. And then when I was like, oh, this one isn't working out, then I started liking someone else at work. And then he ended up being the 4.5-year one. If that makes sense. I don't know if it does.
You didn't say the 4.5-year one wasn't the make out one?
No. That was someone else. Yeah.
So you were making out on the job? What?
What job?
Yeah, like were
Chili's?
you a waiter?
I was.
No, really?
I was a server, a waitress.
Chili's.
Yeah, I started out as a hostess, and then 6 months later, I became a waitress at Chili's. Yeah.
And so where were you making out? In the walk-in freezer?
In our cars in the parking lot.
Oh, it's always the car.
It's always the car.
At night.
At night, yeah.
Because our economic status doesn't have tint, so you have to do it at night in the car.
Yeah. Or at my place at my apartment at the time in Wheaton, Illinois, we would make out. And then it didn't go anywhere.
Oh, jeez.
Which
then
makes you feel
put on your apron
awful
and go,
because which makes you feel awful because you're like, am I the problem? Why wouldn't you want to fuck me?
Oh, yeah. Wait, so you made out and he wouldn't fuck you?
Yeah.
And then you went to work at Chili's?
Yes. Well, this was at night, so it'd be like the next day we would work. It felt like a drop, like high school. It really does. It felt like everybody was kind of fucking around with each other, and then you would like go to work the next day, and yeah,
they were all young.
We were all the same age. Well, I would say like everyone was within a 10-year age range. So I was in my early 20s, and I think there were people in like their mid 30s max, mid to upper 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even they were like hooking up?
Well, they were married.
Oh, okay.
It was the younger, mischievous ones like me.
Do you ever think that like having sex at a job is survival? At
the job?
No, like having sex with the people at the job is survival.
In what sense?
Sometimes I find myself crushing on someone in corporate America.
Mm.
And then I like actually think about it 10 years later and I'm like, them?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had bad grammar this whole time. Mm-hmm. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
They had like a clown nose. And then I think about it and I'm like, was I bored? Because I was either going to kill them or I was going to fuck them. Do you ever think like that? Like,
why would you want to kill them?
Well, you know how you hate people in your job.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like either love them and pretend that they're amazing. Or is this just my brain? And then
at the time, did you want to fuck them?
No, like I have had random crushes at jobs.
Okay.
And then like thinking back, I'm like, they were so
ugly.
I
see. So
like,
at the time.
I was making out with an oak tree.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Or loving on an oak tree.
Yeah. I look back on my exes and I think the same thing.
Oh, you think they're ugly?
Hideous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of them was this Filipino guy. His name was Zeus. And he had a ponytail.
Not Zeus.
And just...
He had a ponytail?
Yeah, and he was a chronic pothead. Just genuinely addicted to weed. Yeah.
And what? He was just ugly looking?
Very ugly.
Big nose?
Yeah. I think I have a picture somewhere. I'll show you later because,
we'll slap it up on the video.
Yeah. I blocked him on all channels, so I doubt he'll see this. But he was just a loser. But he wasn't ugly. Huh? No, very ugly. At the time, I liked him because my first 7-year one, his name was Dan. It was like a very like square relationship. It was very like prim and proper kind of.
No elbows on the table.
We barely had sex. Actually, we really didn't have sex at all. I'll get to that in a second. And then the 4-year one was much more like loose and rebellious. Do you know what I mean? And he was a smoker and like had a bit of like.
And that was not Zeus.
That was Zeus.
Oh, that was Zeus.
That was Zeus. Yeah.
Was he like big? I'm picturing him with like big pecs and.
He wasn't fat. He was, but he wasn't like thin. Oh no muscles
Zeus,
either.
like a god, like like throwing down the lightning.
No, he was like a tad shorter than me. My body type roughly, maybe slightly thinner. And just had like this goatee with a black ponytail and glasses.
Zeus.
Yeah, very ugly looking.
What kind of car did he drive?
A Mazda 3 stick shift. Stick shift. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool if someone can drive stick shift.
Stick shift is a rare ability.
It's a very rare trait, especially nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely rare. Yeah.
Do you know how to drive stick shift?
No, I don't. A little bit. I mean, like I know the mechanics of it, but like if you asked me to go on the 101, I would probably just hold up traffic.
There's a clutch, there's a stick, and
Well,
steering
yes,
wheel.
the clutch is the middle one, and you have to every time the car how do I describe this? It like shifts, and then you put the clutch in. Wait, you put the clutch in, and then you shift, and then it goes, and then when you hear that or you feel it, clutch, shift again, and then it goes up to like 5 or 6.
And you're doing all that? And how do you scroll your phone?
You can't. No, you absolutely can't. No.
Isn't there like a lot of attention?
Yeah, that's why nobody drives stick anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still,
Crazy.
at the time there were more stick shift cars, and it was considered like oh, you know, it's a good like skill to learn in case you get in that situation. What kind of situation nowadays would you be in where you have to suddenly drive stick?
Drive a stick
Maybe
shift?
when you'll end up in Mexico and you're going to escape the cartel and you have to drive.
I'm screwed. I They're coming. Hold on. The car's going and it's stuck in one spot, or it stalls.
Yeah, but that's a scenario I can think of. Maybe in Mexico they have stick shifts. They have.
Oh, I feel like they would in other parts of the world. Yeah, maybe America has just gotten too lazy.
We're a very lazy country. Extremely.
We are.
Yeah.
Have you lived in other places of the world?
Not lived. No, I'm just lived in Wisconsin, Illinois.
Oh, so basically, yes.
Well, I thought you in other countries. Sorry.
Right. No, I did.
No, I have only in the U.S.
Right. Okay.
I've only been to Switzerland.
You've been to Switzerland?
Yes, I have family there. My aunt and cousins, can I give a shout out? Mickey, he's probably watching.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hi, Mickey. He lives in Switzerland.
Mickey, we love you.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe.
He watches all my stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're Swiss. Do we call you Swiss? Cheese Swiss?
I'm Armenian. But
right.
like the family in he's gonna love this. My family in Switzerland, they're Swiss Armenian. Except not their father.
Swiss Armenian.
They're Italian. So like, okay.
They're Italian?
Hang on, I have to explain this.
Yeah, and I'm part unicorn.
Sorry. Okay. My aunt, she's Armenian. She married a Swiss guy who's technically Italian. This confuses me too because they're Swiss, but they're also Italian. He speaks Italian. So
they speak Italian. They're Swiss
Italian,
and they're also Armenian.
Well, my aunt is Armenian. She married a Swiss Italian guy, and then she learned Italian as well because she moved to Switzerland with him, and then she had 2 kids in New York, and then they live. They all live in Switzerland now.
Okay.
Well, the kids, they live in the capital, Zurich, and then their parents live in a smaller town 3 hours away by Italy.
So is this blend of you
Does this
natural in Europe?
I don't think so. To have like a Swiss Italian marry an Armenian.
Oh, they married the Armenian.
He married
my
aunt.
Oh, geez.
No,
okay.
Sorry, we can talk about something else.
No, this is interesting because I feel like this is 23andMe in real time. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's they're very like different because they're very like European, and I'm very, I guess, American. So they're just they do things differently. They're like a different breed.
Interesting.
Of people
with free healthcare.
They're very nice. Do they have free healthcare?
I don't know. Isn't it like Switzerland's?
Well,
we hate America.
It's a neutral country, so I know like in terms of their banking, you can do like illegal shit there with money and banking, and they can't
overseas banking.
I think so, and they can't technically say or do anything.
Who is they? America?
The banks in Switzerland, which is actually very funny because that is my uncle, the Swiss Italian guy he's like a head of like some bank in Switzerland. He's like
Swiss bank.
I don't know about the Swiss bank, but like some very large bank. He's like the head or like CEO or some really high up
Holy
guy.
cow.
Yeah.
He could get you a mortgage.
We're not that close.
Is it
but I'm
Mickey?
sure for his kids, I'm sure Mickey and his sister are well off because of their dad.
Yeah. Oh, because of their dad.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the Armenian was a marriage, and now you're just European in
No,
LA.
I mean, I'm not. I'm Lebanese Armenian. Well, she is
Oh
too.
God! Now we're bringing in Lebanon.
Sorry.
Do you want a globe? Close your eyes and spin.
Yeah. I mean, my parents are from Lebanon, so that makes me Lebanese Armenian.
Lebanese Armenian.
Yes.
So explain what the Schreider?
Spider.
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 Like spider, but with an
With a
H.
spider.
Spider. Yeah.
What is that?
It was a very fun play. Extremely. The cast was amazing. I still keep in touch with most of them.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the cast is in the Rush Play Festival I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see most of them. But yeah, Spider was just a play about, it was like based on this dream of our director, Matt Ritchie. And it was just about, what was the play about? It was like,
Should we call
it was
phone
about,
a friend?
wait, it was, hang on.
You're asking
Okay,
me
it
like...
was
It was about spiders, and someone had a
cast,
lisp.
the cast is watching this, and they're all gonna just roll their eyes.
God.
They're like, "Oh my God, Tally!" Okay, hang on. It was 10 executives. Okay, and we were business executives for advertising,
Okay.
and we had to promote Metabolite mint chocolate flavored energy drink, and we wanted to do it through like a B-rated like film. You know those like kind of B-rated horror films that like about arachnophobia, whatever. So there was this concept of doing it for half shark, half spider. So as the play transpires, the executives, it's like an Inception style. We're playing executives who are pretending to be actors in this B-rated movie.
Hold on. You have actors in a play, in real life, actors playing executives who are pretending to be actors.
Yes, exactly.
See, this is, I might be low IQ. I can't take this in. Okay, but I'll go okay.
Well, you seem to understand it because that's you got it. That's exactly what it is.
And then what is this spider? So Spider is a metabolic.
Well, no, it was that our advertising firm was promoting a drink called Metabolite mint chocolate flavored energy drink. And I think the way to promote it was through this B-rated movie called Spider. And so from that point on, after the first scene, from then on until the last scene, it was the executives then pretending to be actors in this play. So it was like a very meta thing where it's like, we know, audience, that you are watching us in this B-rated movie. So sometimes we would like break the fourth wall to the audience.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so from that point on, it was like David, who played Dr. Brody Marcus, he would be like, look, I have this little radioactive spider. And then Carlos, who played like a Branson, who was a Lyft driver and also my love interest, he would just, I don't know, I'm getting lost. This
is why I don't touch theater. I don't touch it.
It was a wild play, but my character, she was like a very shy. I wanted her to have the biggest contrast. She was, her name was Brandy with 3 eyes. And so in the beginning, Brandy. And so in the beginning, she was like this very shy, quiet executive that didn't say much, kind of talked like this, a little bit nerdy, Yeah. And so, but she wears like a schoolgirl outfit, and she's like, just kind of dancing around Carlos, who played Branson, and pickpocketing. I added pickpocketing, the element, because she's trying to steal money from all the executives. So your brain kind of splits into two, where you're playing this schoolgirl stripper kind of person, but you're also still this business executive who secretly is trying to take the money from all the business executives for treating her like shit. Because it was a very... the setting was like, oh, this very misogynistic, like men looking down on women kind of underlying current to it. So that was a very fun part. It wasn't a lot of dialogue. It wasn't like a lot to do in terms of, she didn't have a lot of purpose in the play. So I had to kind of create my own purpose for the character. And I'm so glad the director agreed with me on doing like pickpocketing, because it gave me like something to do instead of just standing there like a bimbo swaying around in a mini skirt. So I got to literally pickpocket. Like I, literally was going in asses and
taking people's stuff out of their pockets?
That's where the notes would come in. I would write basically before every show, I would give them like a combination of fake money and also notes. And I would, like a piece of paper, you fold it up, and then I would pickpocket that as like a pretend money, kind of thing. And I would write in these notes like cruel little jokes, like, I hope you get deported. Fuck you. Turn in your acting degree. Yeah. Like just they loved it though. Oh my God, they loved it.
So did they read them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
And some of them would give me notes back.
Really?
Yeah. And that was very fun.
Would they pickpocket back to you?
No, they wouldn't. I didn't have any pockets.
Oh.
And, I think they were just respectful. Where are you going to pick? It was a mini skirt with like a bra. Where are you going to pick?
It would have to go somewhere illegal.
Yeah. Yeah. But I could pickpocket them.
So is every director like that? Like they're letting you do something like that? Well,
that's kind of how Brandy was. Without the pickpocketing thing, that's how she was written, was like that sort of bimbo, like kind of, the schoolgirl attire was my idea, but like how she was just this kind of, stripper-esque person. So that's how she was written, because I think he wanted like sort of like, in terms of character contrast, like a mildly sexual element to it, because I think he had like these certain archetypes for all these characters, and that's just Brandy's archetype. But I didn't want to just
with 3 eyes.
Brandy with 3 eyes, exactly, yeah. And how it was in the play was like when she introduces herself, there was a very specific way to do it. She would go, "I'm Brandy with 3 eyes. The first has a heart over it, the second has a $sign, and the third has a little kitty emoji."
God, I feel like I met this girl at a Starbucks in downtown LA.
Yeah. And so that was the proper way to say her name. Yeah.
She would say all that.
She would say, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Oh, insufferable. But you could do that.
Yeah.
Do you like going into like, because I feel like that's not your personality, but like, do you like going into like a character?
What are you talking about? It is.
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. What if it's like
freaking actor?
Like
so
Primal Fear, where it's, have you seen that movie? Like, I can't spoil it. Never mind. No joke.
What?
Then.
Just say.
I can't. No, Primal Fear is amazing. I can't ruin it. The movie with Edward Norton and Richard Gere.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Wow. Next time I come over, can we just watch Primal Fear?
We'll just watch it. Yeah.
It's so good.
How old is it?
The ending, the twist. Oh my God. It'll make your heart stop.
Really?
You'll never see it coming.
Really?
Swear to God. Yeah.
Is it monkeys? Primal
Fear. Nothing to do with monkeys.
Oh, Primal.
Just Primal Fear is the title.
Oh, like they're so they're scared about something.
It's about the tangent. This lawyer, Richard Gere, who is trying to defend a mentally ill patient named Roy, played by Edward Norton, who was robbed of an Oscar. And that's all I'll say about it, is he's just trying to defend this mentally ill patient.
Yeah.
Because I think he hurt somebody or he killed somebody, but he's mentally ill, you know? He's unstable.
Yeah.
And so Richard Gere is trying to defend him and trying to, I think, not put him in jail and to have him go to like an institution or something like that. But that's all I'll say about it, because I truly can't say any more without spoiling it.
Spoiling it?
It's
what
truly,
if I never watch it and just spoil
I will make sure you goddamn do. Like I will.
You spoiled season 2 of The Last of Us, and it hasn't even come out. Yeah, the last time you were here, you had like a big internet theory about. Did it come out yet? Season 2?
In like 2 months it'll be out.
Oh, okay. We'll have to see.
Next year when I come back.
Yeah,
here.
it'll be season 3.
Yeah. Well, there's only 2 video games of The Last of Us. 1 and 2.
Oh, so it ends at...
It ends at 2. I mean, maybe there's a 3rd one in development.
Yeah.
But did you see the show?
The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The mushroom people. Or the Cyclops, or whatever they're called.
I forgot what they're called. It's been a while.
I know,
me too.
It's been a while. I just remember it was good and I cried.
It was very good. Yeah. I love the ending. Because it makes you think of like, if you were in that position, what would you do if you had Ellie?
Oh, yeah.
Like, would you sacrifice Ellie or your child to potentially save humanity? You know what I mean? Because she had the cure inside of her, but she had to die in order for them to like extract the cure from her. But it was like a maybe. And then with that cure, they could save the rest of humanity. But Joel decided not to do that and to kill all the doctors. So he saved Ellie while the rest of humanity remained fucked. So it's a very interesting, like, moral debate and moral question. Would you sacrifice your child to potentially save humanity?
I don't think anything is that absolute, except maybe on a TV show. Mm-hmm. So I would totally just be like, no, we're not dying today, because I can drive down to Cedars-Sinai or what, like. There's other hospitals.
Well, it's like if you were in this kind of world.
If I was in this kind of world and those were the only doctors. Yeah, then I guess Ellie's got to go.
Well, you know what's interesting
See how practical I am?
They did like a mini study of that where they asked parents that, like, if you were in this situation, would you sacrifice your child? And in fact, all of them, I think it was like a unanimous 100%. They all said, no, I would not sacrifice my child to save humanity.
And see, that's why I don't like parents. That right there tells you everything.
Selfish.
They all think that they gave birth to the gem. I mean, I was like at a cafe recently, which is downstairs from a craft shop, like a craft camp for kids. Mm-hmm. Disastrous. The children, disastrous. Mm-hmm. Like one kid, like, he was trying to claim tables and he kept taking his Martinelli apple juice and putting it on different tables. And the mom was just like acquiescing. She would just be like, oh, sorry, waiter, can we move there? And I'm like, no, 2 letters, no. When does that come out? Mm-hmm. Because you're raising a monster. Mm-hmm. But then, but I feel like, do you want kids?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Because now we're on the same page.
No. I have a few reasons for that. One, I genuinely hate kids. Like, I just... Oh,
you hate them?
Truly can't stand them. Yeah. Like, when you know how some people look at a baby and they're like, oh my God, so cute. Look, what a beautiful baby. And I'm just like, never wanted to kill something more. No, not like that. No. I'm kidding. Kidding. Joke. But
how do you do it with a rock?
Coat hanger, of course, before the baby's born.
We're going to have no... We're going to have no podcast left. It's going to be 5 minutes. And you're going to be talking about baristas. And that's going to be the beginning and the end of the podcast.
Can I please just have have some clips for myself.
No. I'm joking because I think it's actually funny.
Okay, because I
Killing
was going to
David is
say,
just
if you're
very
really
funny.
not going to put it up, can I please just have it to show Mickey, my cousin, because he'll die.
Mickey.
He loves the podcast, by the way. Yeah, he's a big fan.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll segue into complimenting you more. I won't
You don't
forget. I have.
to.
What was it? Oh, babies, kids. Yeah, I look at babies and I'm like, genuinely, they're so fucking ugly and they're annoying and there's nothing cute about them. And I feel like if I had a kid, it would take away from my life. I can't be really an actor anymore. I can't travel. I can't do what I want. I have to take care of this fucking kid. I would have so much resentment and anger, I think, if I had a kid. Truly. And also, like, I have a lot, my brain is like fucked up. I have OCD and anxiety and, occasional like depression that has really hit me hard and like suicidal thoughts. I had one attempt when I was younger. Failed at that too.
I mean, thank God.
Yeah, well, it was high school. It's fine. It barely counts. Well, no, that does count. Sorry, that's so mean.
Jews, rape. Well, we haven't done
Abortion.
rape, but which is Jews, abortion, and now suicide.
If you're in high
Welcome
school,
to the show.
No, I didn't mean that. Because the joke sounded like if you're in high school, it doesn't count. It definitely counts. But anyway, fuck, what was I saying? No, it was like, I don't want to pass that down to a child,
Mental health issues.
Yeah. Because it definitely stems from genetics. A lot of it. I think it really, for it to fester, I think is a combination of like nature and nurture.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like genetics, what is passed down to you, and with the environment that you grow up in. So if the environment that you grow up in is shitty and genetically you're fucked, then you are going to be fucked as a person.
Yeah.
So I just feel like if I had a child, they genetically would be fucked. So I would feel this huge obligation to make sure that their environment is like sterile. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be so, because I wouldn't, there is no greater hell than like having OCD and like suicidal thoughts. Like it truly is like torture to the mind. So I would never want anybody else, especially my own child, experiencing that. So like, that's why I'm like, I don't even want to bring a child in this world. But that's like selfishly a tiny part. And like 98% of it is like, I want to be an actress.
Right. Isn't it crazy how it like occupies such a gigantic part of my mind? Mm-hmm. Because I'm the same way. A kid? What's a kid? What's a dog? What's a house? What's anything? It all maybe after I make it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's crazy but I feel like that's like what you're gonna feel. Like that's inevitable to feel that way. Mm-hmm. We're pursuing this. You know what I mean? So,
do you want kids?
No, but that's what I was just gonna say. I have thought about having kids if I was really rich.
Oh, okay. So you would have to. Can they still hear me if I?
No. Yeah, you gotta.
So you would have to be like rich and have a house and
then it brings me back to like I would have a nanny.
Okay.
And then that kid would still be fucked up because I would not be around. Mm. So,
the listeners need me.
And now I'm talking to the wall. No, but
Sorry.
you know what do you ever feel like, when you said, like you'd make it all sterile and you would go to great lengths to like protect
yes.
them?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like it's inevitable to fuck them up?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, well, in the sense of you can be so overprotective and overbearing and so cautious that in and of itself would kind of fuck them up.
But that's why you can't win.
No, you can't. You can only do your best.
Right. It's like being a boss at a company. Mm-hmm. Those people, it's a universal thing. Nobody likes having a boss.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But they want to be the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that adds to the problem. So it could be the coolest boss. Like, I don't know, pick a movie star. That could have been your boss. Ryan Gosling. Level of
I was
like
thinking
chill
more
and hot
like
and whatever.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, your boss. Some people are still going to hate his guts about something. Because I think about my parents and I'm like, 33-year-old Joe can look at my parents and go, they did amazing. But have I always felt that way?
Well, I don't know. You ended up gay.
But so well adjusted. What does that tell you about my parents? No, really, I think that my parents like kind of like, I don't know, gave me this personality or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, I have resented my parents a lot. And everyone does. So do you just kind of like go like, yeah, it's a lose-lose. Like, the kid is going to be not like you for a long part of its life, and probably you're towards the end of your life, and they're not going to like you, and then maybe they'll snap, and if you did a good job, they'll come back to you and whatever and love you again or like you again. But like, I don't know, like, yeah, it just feels like a lose-lose.
My water bottle is like
I'm sorry.
Sneaking away.
It's gonna be in the neighbor. It's gonna knock on the neighbor's door soon. It's been all over this couch.
Slowly inching towards you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
A very serious topic, and all I'm thinking about is
It's
like
a slippery
my goddamn
water bottle.
Yeah, no, I just think like it's still. I think my answer from before, answers what you're saying now, is like a parent can only do their best in those circumstances. And clearly your parents did an okay job with you.
Still okay.
Yeah,
Still,
no.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what was the turning point that made you no longer resent your parents?
I don't know.
Are you close with them?
Yes. If I lived near them in Florida, I would be closer with my parents.
Okay.
I think that my parents and I can hang out.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like you can hang out with your parents?
Absolutely not.
See?
Well, my mom and we know what's funny is like my mom lives 2 miles away from me. I live in Glendale and she's in Burbank. 2 miles. I could walk there in 20 minutes. We haven't seen each other in a year and a half. We don't really talk that much. Yeah. Well, she would love it if I visited her, but like, I don't want to. And she's the type that she will never go out of her way to like talk to you or visit you, because she has this complex of like, I'm the mom. Visit me, call me, text me. Why should I do it? That's wild. There's other deeper reasons why I don't visit her, but that's like one of them. But yeah, I'm definitely not close with my mom. Certainly not enough to hang out. With my dad, we used to be closer, but I think just age, time, the distance, because he's in Wisconsin. That I'm actually not close to anybody in my family. Truly, I'm not. Maybe a tiny bit to my brother Hovan, but he never answers his fucking phone. He'll only call you when he needs something. He called me about computer help, like on my colonoscopy prep day, which was really funny.
What?
Because I'm like prepping for a colonoscopy.
I never know what the hell is going to come out of your mouth. It is just a roll of dice. Any man's guess what's going to come out. Your brother called you out of the blue. He hadn't talked to you in how long? Like,
it's probably a year.
A year. And then he called you on your colonoscopy
prep day. Do you know what a prep day entails for a colonoscopy?
Shitting, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But it's have you ever had to go through with it? I hope you don't have to. Although I hear once you hit a certain age, you have to start getting regular colonoscopies, which is awful. Like I think I'd rather die than go through that. No, it's not.
Really?
Well, no, it's not that bad. It's just the prep day sucks. It's just you have this giant gallon and it just tastes awful. You can fill it with even like apple juice or Gatorade and you think that will help. Not really. It's just awful to drink. It makes you gag. And you technically have to drink the whole thing. And the way you shit, it's like, this shouldn't be on the podcast. It's just like...
This might be a viral clip.
You're shitting liquid. You're peeing out of your ass. Legit peeing out. It's a very strange, unpleasant, it doesn't hurt. It's just a very uncomfortable sensation. And then it's an all day thing too. You have to start it at like 10 a.m. or so. And you're not done until like 6 or 7 p.m. when you drink the whole thing, and you're supposed to finish it within an 8-hour window. And you can't really do it. You can't go anywhere. You can't really play a video game or watch a movie because every 20 minutes you're going to the bathroom.
You gotta wear VR goggles on the toilet.
And it hurts like down there. It started to feel like knives after a while because
burning,
you're doing it so much.
Well, it's all the acid hitting your asshole.
Yeah, it really hurt after a while, like towards the end. And I didn't even finish the whole thing. I think I drank 60% of it. And I was so worried they were not going to let me do the colonoscopy because you went through all of that bullshit and you hope you're going to do it, right? You know what I mean?
Better.
Yeah, because you're
even
like,
if it's a little muddy, you're going to do the thing.
If there's any, the reason for the colonoscopy is so it flushes your system out so that it's clear, like the imaging. And also the day of, starting midnight, you can't have anything to eat or drink. No water either, which was
No water.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be shitting my brains out.
Well, no. The next day for the colonoscopy, the procedure.
Yeah.
So starting midnight, which is, you're not drinking anything anymore. So the next day, starting at midnight, is the day of your procedure, not the prep stuff anymore. That's when you can't have any food or water, no water. And apparently it's because when you are put under for anesthesia, apparently if you have water, it's really dangerous because it could get into your lungs and, you could get brain damage from it.
Really?
It can it's very dangerous if you have like a tiny bit, it's fine, but like you really shouldn't have any water the day of.
Colon cancer is sounding better than this. This is sounding rough.
It's so funny. I was talking to my friend Chris shout out to Chris. And he's on the Shane Dawson podcast and he loves my stuff. So shout out to him. I was talking to my friend Chris the other day.
I love that you're doing shout outs. I'm going to shout out my mom who doesn't have Instagram.
She does. I blocked her. But I don't speak to her. But
she must have blocked me because I cannot find my mom.
I feel like it's interesting because I'm at a certain point where I have like some friends in my life, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, shout out to this person.
You gotta shout them out.
Sorry, which camera? This one or this one?
You're on that one.
That one. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, I was talking to my friend Chris, and he said it's such a shame that like the colonoscopy sucks so badly and that it deters people from doing them because colon cancer is so like preventable because, all it takes is for them to like, you do the colonoscopy and then they check and then they can see right away. Like you get the results like right away if you have, except for like biopsies, but they'll tell you right away if they find anything. And it's very easily treatable unless it's like it advances. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, it's a shame that like you have to go through hell of the prep day to get to the point of doing the procedure for them to find anything because, that's why a lot of people end up developing colon cancer is because they won't do their colonoscopies. And then they end up with advanced colon cancer. And then once it with any cancer, once it advances, you're screwed. But colon cancer is I've heard it's one of the few that like if it's caught early, you'll be fine. Like it's very easily treatable from what I've heard.
What is it? Did you do a colonoscopy?
I did.
To be careful, to get ahead of it?
It was because I was having on and off like abdomen pain, which I'm still having on and off abdomen pain.
I have it right now.
Just like in this lower area for like, you're probably fine. Don't worry. And I was having like on and off pain. Basically, I'll TLDR this. Last September, I randomly got this thing called gastroenteritis, which was basically the lining of my colon was inflamed. Randomly, I don't know what caused it. I just went to the ER. Well, because I thought I had a kidney stone because I've never had a kidney stone, but I was having sharp pains that felt like it was moving through me. And then I ended up peeing blood and I was like, what is going on? I have a kidney stone. There's something wrong. And so I go to like all these different urgent care.
You had pains in your shoulders.
What?
You said you had random pains, and you pointed at your shoulder. You had pains in your shoulders?
Oh no, like my back.
What the hell is going on? Next to your forehead is itching a lot? Like, what is happening?
I don't know. And so I went to these like urgent cares and it was all like, if you should get like scans, but it's like a month later. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you have to like the next available for like a CT scan is like a month later. So one urgent care doctor was like, I would just go to the ER. Like, just because it's like a peace of mind. It's a long wait.
That's what they love to do at urgent care. You should probably go to the hospital.
Well,
still pay us.
Well, my insurance covers it, so it's fine.
Lucky.
But yeah, she said go to the ER because, if you're that concerned and if it is like a kidney stone, just go and they'll tell you right away instead of waiting like a month for a CT scan,
Yeah.
So I go to the ER, which this is going to sound so obvious, common sense. Don't go to the ER unless it's actually an emergency, which is like, duh. Okay. But listen, because I went and I don't know if it was an emergency. I just went for like the peace of mind. You know what I mean? Because I was genuinely scared. Once you start peeing blood, you're like, something's wrong, If
I pee blood, I'd probably call the news. Like, I call KABC. Yeah, I don't know. I would call 911 and be like, I'm the guy that needs a helicopter. Not many people get to call. I pee blood.
But like, I say that because a lot of people, I could tell from just sitting in the lobby, people were just like strolling in. You could tell there wasn't much. I don't know.
You strolled in?
But you could tell there were fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't appear to be bleeding or in like severe pain. You know what I mean? They just kind of strolled in and just da-da-da. You know what I mean? It was just the sense that I got. And so I've never been to the ER before. And it is a game of hurry up and wait. It is like,
absolutely.
It's like driving through stoplights. And then stop at a light and wait. And then wait. Right. That's how it feels. It's like you're waiting in the lobby for like an hour. They call you in and then here, go over here and pee in this cup. Yeah. And then you do. And then you give it to somebody and then you wait.
And they go in that little pen with a curtain. Don't make any noise and we'll come back.
Yeah. And that was like the last step. It was all these 7-8 steps is hurry up, blah, blah. And then you do this and then do that and then wait and wait. And it's I was there for 8 hours.
You were at the hospital for 8 hours?
8 hours.
I hope they paid you.
I wish.
That's a work day.
Cold. It's so cold in there. Oh my God.
They make it miserable.
I don't know why. Like, why?
If I have raging diarrhea, the last temperature I need is 43. I need it like a nice 74.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how the doctors and nurses deal with those conditions because it truly is colder than Alaska in those ERs. And it's so everybody's asking for blankets. It's miserable, and you're just waiting. And
there's a lady, and she's like coughing like you've never heard before. You're like, is that a scream or a cough?
That might have. I tuned out all sounds at that point. I was miserable.
You're so right about like going to it's called emergency room. Like,
well, at that point in hindsight, I was like, I'm glad I went, but nothing ended up. And I wouldn't have known this if I didn't go, but like nothing transpired in the sense of like they did the CT scan and they're like, you have enteritis, but like it's fine. It goes away. You don't need medication or surgery. It'll go away on its own. You literally don't have to do anything. And they said follow up. I would follow up with a GI doctor in like 2 months just to make sure like nothing else is going on. So I'm glad I went. Right. But, and she was right. Like it went away on its own. But it's so weird how it ended up happening and then it just went away. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like I just peed blood and had kidney stone like pain for no fucking.
What was the peeing the blood?
I have no idea. It was all, I guess, linked to this enteritis stuff, which just went away on its own. And then that was in September. And then in December, I started having these similar kind of that inflammation pain in the sort of colon area, the lining. And I was like, did it come back?
Oh, jeez.
And so, but it was very on and off. It felt like a flare up for like a few days and then it would go away.
Were you eating Taco Bell?
No, I mean, I eat pretty healthy. And so I didn't know. And honestly, it still happens to this day. Like these flare-ups, I'll be like for 2 weeks or so, I'll be fine. And then suddenly I'll feel pain in like the lower stomach region and it'll last for like 2 or 3 days. It's not like intense, but it feels like it warrants Tylenol. But the weird thing is Tylenol.
I'm getting worried.
But the weird thing is Tylenol or Tums doesn't help. Which is very...
Have you thought that maybe your appendix is going?
Well, when they did the CT scan in September, they checked the appendix. They checked my IUD because I have an IUD. And they said, everything's fine. It's all fine.
So it's enteritis?
They just said, this was in September. They said, the only thing is your colon is mildly inflamed. But that went away. So... I would trust that the appendix should be fine because I had the CT scan in September.
Well, it's crazy. You can't trust.
Well,
I mean, doctors will leave scissors inside of you. You gotta. I've seen TV. It's not a joke. Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, appendix would be right here, though.
Oh, and right,
mine
in one
is
zone.
in a different area. Yeah, appendix is very local and specific. Mine is like right below the belly button.
So is this a symptom of enteritis? Have you looked it up?
Well, no, because if it was enteritis, it would show up. First of all, I try not to Google things anymore.
Very smart.
I'll spiral if I Google anything. That is the best thing if you are a hypochondriac or have health anxiety. Don't ever Google anything. Just delete your phone, throw it away. Go to a church. Become Amish. But yeah, it would have showed up.
Go drink Alka-Seltzer and take a nap. And see if you still have the problem.
Exactly. But yeah, the colonoscopy was fine. There was no enteritis. They didn't find anything. Isn't that strange? They didn't find anything. Nothing. They're like, you're fine. Go home.
That does make me feel a little weird. I got colitis,
You have it or you had it?
I caught it. I got it. Caught it, had it, maybe still have it.
Bug net? No, I'm kidding.
Butt bug? What did you say?
You caught it. So I just imagine like you went out with like a net and you just sorry, it was a very bad joke.
I don't know how I got it. I mean, I remember I was at work and we had Portos. Like they brought Portos pastries. And I bit into like a nice big juicy pastry. And then I was like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And I was on the bathroom and just like, And I thought this was it. The appendix was going. And so I managed to pull the pants up and buckle them. And I like waddled out of the bathroom and I found my friend and I was like, you have to take me to the hospital.
Oh my God.
She took me to the hospital. And of course they made me wait 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in the waiting room who definitely needed help. Like he sliced his hand in half or something. He had gloves on. He had a glove on and he literally was kneeling and he had his hand above him. And I'm like, I think my tummy can calm down. You know, like I think what is happening?
Yeah.
What is this? But yeah, I had colitis and I was very skeptical because colitis can come and it can go. It can be forever. You know, I was like, it sounds like I have a tummy ache. And it's funny because the person right next to me in the stall next to me had colitis too. So I'm like, are they just handing out colitis right now? Like, is colitis flying off the shelves? What's happening? Like, you know?
How is your stomach now?
Very good.
No flare-ups?
No. If we're going in that direction, I have been constipated.
Okay.
The past few days. So that's the opposite problem.
Do you eat fiber? Like a lot of fiber?
I don't know. I don't know what fiber is.
Well, you have a bowl of it. Apples and sweet potatoes.
Yeah. I ate an
fruits
apple
and
yesterday.
vegetables.
Sweet potatoes are vegetables. I always have to remind myself. But yes, I have sweet potatoes. Yeah.
Okay. So just your diet does it consist a lot of nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables?
Seeds, meats, chickens.
Okay. So you eat healthy.
I do eat healthy. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, like maybe the fast. I was like on a fast food craze for like 12 years.
Well, not
Maybe
anymore. Well, maybe, yes, but maybe that had something. It caught up to you.
And so colitis is ulcerative or
Crohn's.
Crohn's.
Oh, my friend. Shout out.
We're doing a shout out.
I don't think he wants me to shout him out though for that. But I know somebody who has
change the name. Mark.
No.
Great Crohn's.
I do want to give him a shout out though. No, it's fine. I won't. But yeah, I know somebody, a World of Warcraft friend of mine. He has Crohn's and he talked a lot with me about like stomach issues and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Everyone's got something.
Every topic, I'm like, shout out to this person.
Shout out to Cindy.
But yeah, everybody has
crooked toe.
Everybody has something nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know the doctors, they're trying their best.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
I don't know. They could try harder. They could create, cures for this shit a little faster.
If you really got rid of kids and babies, they might be able to have time to focus on us a little bit.
Yeah,
you ever think about that with doc?
Yeah.
All the kids, all the babies.
Yeah. Well, they put a lot of attention on them because, kids are the future. And if you're geriatric, they don't pay as much attention to you.
They don't?
I feel that they don't. Yeah.
The doctors don't pay attention to old people? Those are the ones that complain the most. And they're there the most.
Yeah. Yeah. So. I had this eye doctor that was funny, but a little mean. He would just you could tell he hated his older patients because he would just poke fun at them and just be like, ugh, never get old. And just little remarks about just getting old and stuff. And
he would tell you to not get old.
Yeah. And I'm thinking I'm going to be that one day. You're going to be that too.
I know. Well, not me. Botox.
Oh, sure. That will cure the inside ailments.
I've aged.
Oh, I thought you said I have AIDS. Sorry.
AIDS? Maybe that too. No, you know what's crazy is that I lost some weight recently. Mm-hmm. And every time I lose weight, I go, maybe I have AIDS. Isn't that fucked up that my brain does that?
You might have imposter syndrome. as we previously discussed. Yeah. So you think that your weight loss is not by your own doing, it's by some kind of medical
Something
ailment
really bad,
that's gonna kill you.
An AIDS. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very short-sighted, but we're speaking honest about it. Because and that's the thing that I hate about woke culture. There's a lot of things that the human brain just does, and initial thoughts are not filtered at all. So whatever, I have AIDS every time I lose weight.
But like, I think you seem to have the sense of distinguishing that it seems to be like an anxious or intrusive thought, or a thought that's separate from you, because you're speaking about it as if you are separate from this thought. Because if you genuinely believe that, you would not, you would be far more concerned, and you would be at the ER right now saying I have AIDS.
With the guy with the hand
who's still there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So
he's dead. But he still has his hand up.
I manifested that one too.
You and the manifestations.
Yeah, which is a separate topic. People manifesting things.
Well, it's okay to believe in it.
Do you believe in that? Manifesting?
I believe in manifestation. Do you want to hear why?
Why?
I full on manifested.
I should just leave.
The 12 people we had listening are leaving right now. But I full on manifested the paramedics at my parents' house.
What do you mean manifested it?
Manifested it. I don't know. I just did it. Because I was going to bed and we had a relative over. I was in my mom's house. Okay. It was the holidays. A relative was over who we will not name. She was sleeping in my bed. Okay. And I had to sleep on an air mattress. And for whatever reason, as I was falling asleep, I was lucid dreaming and I was like, oh, like imagine if paramedics were like in the hallway. Next thing I know, fall asleep, dream. Wake up. Paramedics are in the fucking house.
Oh, interesting.
1940, you know that sound?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, the paramedics are here. They're wheeling out that woman. She pooped blood. Very apropos. She pooped blood all in my bed. She pooped in the bathroom. She pooped all over the floor like a chihuahua with colitis.
While you were sleeping next to her, you woke up with, okay.
No. That was the craziest laugh.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. It's fine. I'm just playing it off.
I went.
I don't care. It's fine.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm into the story right now.
She blood butted my bed and I had manifested the paramedics.
I have a different word for that. I call it coincidence or like a premonition or like deja vu, but I would not call it manifesting.
So what's manifesting?
Oh my gosh. So like, I feel like it's a very like Gen Z or woke culture thing where they'll like sit and meditate and write in their journal, I am manifesting earning $25,000. And the idea is like the more you like internally, what?
25,000. I hope an hour. Jesus. Give yourself a little. You gotta buy groceries.
And so, I'm sorry. So like the idea behind manifesting is like you internally like wish for it and think about it and really like try for it like internally. And so that way, like it will come true what you're thinking. And the idea, if it doesn't come true, then it's like, oh, you didn't manifest hard enough. Like you didn't like journal it enough or this. So there,
really?
That's a very sort of like, there's a different, like another friend who does believe in manifesting. He, I think does a version of that, but he is a little more practical where he says, you know, it's about it turning into like actions, which I'm like, okay, I can sort of ascertain or agree with that. But I think his logic was also about how, and I don't know if I agree with this, but like he gave an example. If you're walking on the sidewalk and you're thinking about don't trip, you are manifesting tripping because you're thinking about it and you're putting it in your mind about not tripping. And now you're focused on the way you walk and now you're more likely to trip. And I was like, maybe, but I don't know about that. Because you could apply that to like driving a car. You could think to yourself, I'm going to drive carefully so I don't get into a car. And you can focus on not getting into a car accident. And why would that make you more likely to get into a car accident? Because you're being very cautious about your speed limits and turns. So I don't know if I agree with that. Just the whole manifesting thing of like, these things will come true if I wish hard enough. Like it's a very Disney.
Yeah. Click your heels and cross your toes. And
yeah, I don't agree with it. I'm very much like put your bootstraps on or boots on, whatever, and just, turn it into action. Your shit's not going to come true unless you make it come true.
Yeah, and then there's also like for us, because of acting and the whole entertainment industry, really, it's just like it's all out of our control. Mm-hmm. Focus on the stuff you can control, like you said. But when it comes to like, because I have talked to people auditioning for stuff, big roles, juicy parts on shows and movies or whatever, and they get really, really like superstitious about it, like. Mm-hmm. They either don't want to talk it or they obsessively talk about it, or they have a belief system of like, if they do X, Y, or Z, it's going to like help them. And I'm like, maybe you just don't know. Like, have you ever thought of that? Like I feel like nobody really knows why anything happens. So, I don't know. I try to like the times that I've interviewed or like been up for something that I really, really wanted. I've tried not to obsess about it. I inevitably do. Mm-hmm. But like, I try to just go, it was a thing. Like, whatever happens, if something were to happen cool out of it, great. But like, like, I don't know. Like, I don't have control over that result. Mm-hmm. I'm sounding really mentally healthy, but there have been many sad
I was going to say,
rides.
it sounds like you don't believe anymore that a tapeworm caused your weight loss. Like there's this sudden, maybe you do have bipolar.
No more AIDS. just HIV, no AIDS.
Well, didn't they find a cure now for HIV? There's a cure now.
A cure?
Yeah. From what I
you gotta
research.
Send me the link.
Yeah, I could have sworn I read somewhere that they have a cure now.
Are you talking about PrEP?
No, HIV.
A cure for HIV.
Yes. I will look it up while...
I have to call 20 people.
Do you have plans on you hooking?
Oh, wait, yeah. No, that's not what I meant.
Not what he meant, Alexis.
Shout out, Alexis.
But going back to your weight loss thing really quick, you should be very proud of it because most people don't have that kind of discipline and tenacity to follow through with it. It's one thing to have like the spark, because there's like, a million like quotes and YouTube videos of like, start today, just do it. And some, people are like, okay, yes, starting today, I am going to not eat ice cream sandwiches anymore. No more Klondike. Yeah. And, but they don't
For me, it's a whole pack.
And they don't follow through with it. But I really, really admire people that actually follow through with it because it's a battle that you're winning, not just every day, but moment to moment.
Well, it affects other shit with my life, in my life. Do you work out? Do you? Yes, kind of, like not as consistent as you. I do have a gym membership to LA Fitness. I go maybe once a week because I'm very busy.
And the most I'll do there is like walk on the treadmill for like 30 to 60 minutes and go in the sauna.
Yeah.
I do try to go for regular walks and hikes around my area,
That's
but
cardio.
it is pretty limited to like walking and hiking rather than weightlifting. I did actually recently bought like a walking pad, like a mini treadmill, and I have a standing desk too. And I work as a writer. So the standing desk is elevated and the walking pad is underneath the desk now. So I walk as I type. And I just started using it 2 days ago, and just you lose track of time so quickly. So I was on it for like 2.5 hours. And I was like, why are my legs so sore? Because when you're at the gym, it's different because it's like the sense of time is much more palpable. You know what I mean? But when you're like working and your mind is busy, it's great because you're working out and hopefully you lose weight without even realizing it.
So your legs hurt?
Yeah.
From working in?
From walking a lot, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What's next? Are you going to do like a passive bicep curl? I don't know. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But so you're tricking your brain, like.
Yeah. And, well, walking is amazing for weight loss from all the research I've done because it targets your fat while running targets muscles. So for fat loss.
Wait, what?
If you run to lose weight, it targets, I believe, your muscles first and then the fat. But if you walk, it directly targets the fat over the muscles. Yeah. It's
so slower cardio.
Low impact, it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I will attest to that because there was a point I was on a previous birth control, like the birth control shot, and it's notorious for making you gain weight. And I did gain 30 pounds in like 2 months just from being on the shot. Yeah, I blew up like a balloon. And to lose the weight, I did go on like I ate very little, but I also walked like 3 hours a day. I didn't have a job back then. So I had the time, but like I walked 3 hours a day.
Were up and down Laurel Canyon.
Well, this was in Northern California, in Antioch.
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 Is that wine country? You were up and down the vineyards.
It's like some small town about an hour east of San Francisco. But me and Zeus at the time, the other boy. Oh,
Zeus is back in the equation.
Zeus is
He's
back,
following you while you're doing your walk in his stick shift.
Well, he would walk.
Keep going, honey.
He would walk with a stick. Yeah.
No way. Of course Zeus did.
And when we would hike,
what else did he do? Have a pit bull and
No, but he would bring like a giant, he would find a stick on the ground, like a big stick, and he would use that to like walk. And I'm like, what are you, like an old like Japanese man in Okinawa now or something? We would go hiking.
He's like, I gotta drink my own pee. Don't watch.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
Yikes. Zeus.
But yeah, he would do that. He was a very strange guy. Sorry. But yeah, I will attest like walking is very, very effective. So for me, my goal is, and I've already been implementing it, so I know I'll follow through with it, is like to just walk a few hours every day while working. Yeah. And like that, I think I'm very confident it'll help.
Is it cheaper than Ozempic?
Well, the walking pad was $100, so it might just be.
Yeah, I would say that's cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know how much it was. Well, and there's no side effects.
You're not going to get an Ozempic face or treadmill face.
No.
Everyone at my job is like, you can't even recognize these people. You're like, who's that raisin in a dress shirt? And then it's like, Jeff or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're just losing weight.
Like so they all use Ozempic at your job?
They all do Ozempic or Wegovy and...
oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we have a big meeting coming up and like, I don't know, all these like executives are coming and I'm like, are they going to have a scale? Like, is this like a weigh-in or something? Like, it became like a thing. Like everybody at my job lost all this weight.
Wow.
And then here I am like eating nuts and counting calories, push-ups in my living room. Like I could have did a shot.
Can you talk again briefly about like why what led you to deciding to make that drastic turn in your life while I Google the cure for HIV? So,
well, definitely find out about that, and I'll let everyone know.
Do you think you have HIV? Is that why? I'm not judging.
Oh, you mean no? I mean that's one of my anxiety thoughts that comes up every time I lose weight. But well, I'm crazy because like every time I start to work out, I get really, really like addicted to working out. Mm-hmm. I also had found out from the doctor that I had high triglycerides. On
a sort of dangerous level?
Yes. They were considered very high.
Oh, okay.
And I think subconsciously I was like, yeah, well, that's not cool because it can lead to diabetes.
Oh, sure.
And,
okay.
But I've totally like gone really far with this like working out thing. I mean, I'm so regimented. I was doing 100 sit-ups before work for like a month. And then I was like, this is making me in a bad mood for
the sit-ups
the rest of the day. Yes. Because I was just like I was like too regimented for a while. Like I can get really like that about things, like really militaristic. I don't know if it's the Capricorn in me or what.
Oh, I don't like the zodiac sign bullshit.
I should know who. Yeah, well.
No, it's fine. I just like internally like roll my eyes when people are like, they say like a trait about them, and they're like, I don't know, maybe that's just the Taurus in me. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Have
you seen the meme where it's like the girl's driving the girlfriend drives the car and she like hits a curb and runs over a tree and she goes, I'm an asparagus. Have you seen that?
No, but I think it sounds very funny.
We got to wrap this up just because it's been a while. So wait,
really?
Hold on. Yes. Because I haven't.
Oh, what? It's fun though.
I know. Well,
it's too much to edit.
Yes. Okay. And I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Sorry.
No. You're good.
Okay. 1 hour 34. That's not terrible.
This is so fun.
I could really just go. Did you find the cure for HIV?
Well, apparently I was misinformed. It still says no cure exists, but it says new antibody studies boost hope for HIV cure. I don't know where I read. I swear to God, I read somewhere there was some kind of cure for HIV that they found. You're thinking of
PrEP.
Colonoscopy PrEP?
No. PrEP is a pill.
Oh, I don't know.
It's it stops HIV.
Oh.
99% of the time.
Oh.
For gay people.
Okay. Do you get worried that you might get the HIV?
Do I get worried in my life? Not really. Okay, we're gonna get really.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You know what? So this is why I don't get worried, and it's fucked up because I'm a side.
You're a what?
A side. You know, there's tops and bottoms, and so now there's something called side.
Okay.
And it's where you like to like jerk off, do everything but anal sex with the person. I'm confusing everyone in the world when I say this, but it's a thing. Mm-hmm. So, I tell myself like, oh, like I'm not a power bottom on the corner. Like I'm not going to get it. It's fucked up because you can get HIV in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, that's why I'm not fully worried.
Interesting. Okay. No, I learned something new every year when I come here.
Yeah. Was it really a year since you were here last?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. It was
Time flies.
Summer? No, fall. Was it? No, wait, when was it? When was I here?
I don't know.
It was we did the short film in spring of last year. And then I think I reached out to you in the summer-ish. And then I think it was late summer. I think.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah.
I reached out to you and I was like, oh my God, I hope she says yes. Like,
you know what? I've been waiting for you to reach out for
Why don't
long.
Why don't you reach out to me?
Because we were going to do another podcast. So it was like after the last one, you texted me and you said, "Hey, are you up for another podcast?" And I sent like a GIF thing, and I was like, "Yes, 1,000,000 times yes," like a GIF thing, you know.
Yeah.
I still have it, and you never radio silence after that.
Wait, really?
Swear to God, I should.
Oh my God!
No, it's okay. And I just thought something happened, you know, like something like a life thing or something.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, hang on. Hold on.
Wow, now it's going to turn out that you didn't reply.
Wait.
I honestly didn't remember if I had asked you or not. I know that we had talked about it, but then like, yeah, what I've been saying, like also Alexis has been saying, like, you got to get Tally back.
Oh, he's sweet. Yeah, July 21st. Although it says the last text message, "Don't kill me. Your last name is spelled Vartanyan ?" And I said yes. Oh wait.
Don't worry
Hold
about
on.
it.
Wait, no. Wait.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
This is confusing me. I'll do it after the podcast.
Send me a screenshot.
Sorry.
Send the receipts.
Anyway, but yeah, I said like yes 1,000,000 times yes and a GIF, and then radio silence, and then I was like, oh, he hates me, and then no, I just didn't know because I was like, oh, I'm not coming over anymore, and then like. We didn't talk to each other for a long time, but I kept still like watching your comedy clips and stuff because like I'm still like such a big fan, and so I would still watch. And then it works because what I did to get your attention is I would start liking like.
That is not why.
Really?
Oh my God. I feel so bad right now. I feel like such a monster.
No. Don't be.
Would you want to like come back on a regular basis?
Please. Can I just move in? No.
I mean, sure, we can talk least.
No, I'm kidding. Yes, please.
Because like
please.
I really enjoy talking. Like
Same.
I feel like we have really like crazy conversations.
No,
like, yeah,
truly. It's very rare that I click with anybody. Like,
so like even like once a week or once every other week.
Please.
But like,
yeah. No,
when I get back from the cruise, like we should just like do it all the time.
Yeah.
And like no joke.
Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah. That would be amazing. That's when you get back from the cruise, that's around the time where it's like a little more intensity surrounding like the Rush Play Festival. Which you can come to, but don't. And
this is her promo. Everyone, this is her promo.
There's people watching. I can't.
But we gotta end it somehow. You gotta promote your play.
Oh yeah. I'm in this play festival called Rush. Will this be out before then, though?
I don't know. No. So I'm planning on releasing this episode on March 31st.
Okay. Oh, that's soon. You poor thing. Okay.
Well, like in 2 weeks. Like,
okay.
Not Monday, but like the Monday after.
Okay. Wait, can I ask really quick? Was the previous one ever released?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you click the link in my bio.
You never gave it to me.
I never gave it to you? Wait, do you see how this is crazy? I really assumed that you knew that it went out. Because of the link, the clips, and it says like link in bio, like. The clips don't say that, but like it says it on the top of my page. There's a podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, but every time I clicked it at the time when the clips were coming out, the episode was still not released.
Wait, are you serious?
At the time, yeah. I don't know about now.
Wait, that's bad. No, it's out.
Oh, okay.
You can like go. It's there.
I never heard it. I should listen.
Oh my God. No, wait, what? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Wait, what?
No, it's okay. I'll check. But yeah, at the time.
It was not out?
At the time, I kept checking and it wasn't.
Do you see how bad this is?
That was also around the time where you invited me to come back and it didn't follow
I'm sorry.
through. And then podcast didn't come out. So I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, I don't know what I did.
No.
I was like, maybe my jokes were too much. Maybe he secretly doesn't like abortion while I do something like that.
I'm always down to talk about
abortion.
Anything. Yeah, abortion, HIV.
Yeah, so
so you know what happened during that time? Which might explain what happened. I was doing so many clips that I was also scheduling them. I don't know if you know that you can like schedule it on Instagram.
Yeah, I do the same for other stuff, yeah.
So I was doing that. So all I can think is that the clips went out and the episode was not up, which is bad.
Okay.
But now that should not happen. Because like now I have a plan. Like now I'm like, oh, like you're coming today. Now I have time to edit it in the next week or and a half or whatever. And then March 31st is when I'm dropping it. And it's on Spotify.
Okay. So any clips that I get beforehand, will the clips be after it releases or before?
It should be simultaneous. Like they should go out March 31st. And then, but before, I can't confidently say to you.
That's okay. Yeah.
So, but do you also like, did I text them to you last time?
On Instagram. You messaged me invited me to be a collaborator.
Oh, okay. Would you like me to text them to you so you can go yes or no before I put them on Instagram?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. And
well, no, it's also like good because like, you know, to have a second set of eyes.
Sure.
Because I just like, I'm more operating in the blind.
Yeah. I mean, I'll most likely say yes.
I feel so stupid. Like,
no, please don't. I feel so bad. I should have brought it up.
I have been like, just, it's like doing too much. It really is just like too much.
That's what I feel bad about because I was like, oh, maybe the podcast stuff was like too much and he was just so busy with work and comedy that he didn't have time for the podcast stuff anymore.
No. Well, so I also started doing monologues and I started doing a clickbait report, which is like news article reviews.
Oh, okay.
But I still wanted to do interviews. And then, but yeah, I was like really going at it really, really heavy for a while. And then I was just like, yeah, I got burnt out.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully that won't happen this time.
If you do feel like it's too much, I can definitely like kill myself.
What? Okay, well now I definitely have to keep going. No, I'm not gonna. I feel bad about what has happened.
Oh no, it's okay. Like, but like, I just want to say, like, if you ever feel burnt out, like this is becoming too much, like, it's okay to be like, Tally, I need like a few months or something. Like, I'll be like, absolutely.
Cool.
I won't feel bad.
Hell yeah.
I'll feel worse if you feel like, oh, I got to push through it to make Tally happy. Like,
no.
Yeah. Because I know what it's like to be burnt out and it sucks. And I don't want you to feel that way.
And genuinely, like the conversations are really good, I think.
I think they're so funny. I don't want this to end. And you're like, I have to eat. It's been an hour and a half.
What time? I think it's like almost 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock.
Oh,
Last time I think we went on till midnight.
Really?
So in my mind, I'm like, why aren't we going till midnight? Why isn't this a 4-hour long Gone with the Wind style podcast?
You're like, what is it? And what is hard drive space? Stop. No, the last time Alexis was here and he just like started talking in the middle of it. And you know, I was like, okay, I talked to him and I was like, that was like really like funny, what the conversation in the back and forth. Yeah. But like you either cannot do that or you have to have a microphone. Yeah. Because like it made editing hell. Because the thing too is like, it's crazy how it winds. You know, we go and we bring up HIV or enteritis, and then it comes, Zeus comes back. Yeah, and it's like, it's all, you can't use it 2 hours in if it wasn't set up. You know what I mean? So it has to be the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
Or it has to be chopped the fuck up. So
Sure.
last time, that's why I also learned like, oh yeah, like don't do 3-hour episodes.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Cool.
And I love talking to Alexis too. He's very, very smart.
He likes you a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What does he like about me? I'm saying that
I mean, he said you were really funny and like nice and
Aww,
yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Threesome?
We'll have to have
I'm kidding. No. I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. No.
Only foursome if your boyfriend is okay with it.
Oh, he'll be for anything. For you? Yeah.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I show him clips of your stand-up sometimes too.
Oh,
yeah.
Now I'm nervous.
And some of my theater friends. They all love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I told my boyfriend Nino, I was like, he's literally in like my top 5 favorite comedians. No, you laugh and you're gonna be like, No, I'm swear to God. Like top 5. Yeah. Because I'm very picky about comics, and like on Netflix, I feel like there's a lot of like just very meh comedians. Yeah. And you're honestly one of my favorite ones. Yeah.
I don't know if you know, like that is like I can't like even process that. Like I might start crying because like I don't know how you feel about being an artist, but like it's pretty much just like getting fucked. Like like you don't know if your family likes you. You don't know if your friends like you. You don't have any validation. So like anytime anyone gives you any compliment, at least for me, like you just like I can ride on that for a while.
Oh no, I mean
Do you feel that way too?
About me, yes, absolutely. I get a literal high off of a compliment, and I'll think about it for weeks.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I also have, I don't do this anymore, but I have a compliment journal. I used to write down compliments that people would give me and write them down and go through it to get that sort of dopaminergic surge again in my brain. It's weird. And I don't do that anymore. So now I hearken back to them in my mind.
Yeah, it's weird. It's wild because I mean, like when we did the shoot, we hit it off and we were talking and I was like, for some reason, I just like her. Like I like your like wit and you were just so funny and you made that day bearable, but then you don't know how to like, I don't know, for me, like I have such a hard time like vocalizing, like, and I think I like said bye to you like bashfully, but like when you messaged me on Instagram to do the podcast, I was like, yes. And then I just felt so good. And because I don't know, LA can just be, and maybe famous people feel like, oh, like they feel that all the time or they're like on drugs or but like when you're an artist, you don't, I don't know, like I don't click with many people. I just don't.
Yeah. LA is also, and I was talking to Nino about this and you came up because I was like, Joe is one of the few people where I can tell he's the type of guy where if you're like, hey, do you want to hang out? Like he will follow through with it. He's not the type where he's like, yeah, we should totally hang out and then doesn't do that. And most of LA are like that, which is why when someone is like, oh my God, we should totally hang out.
Yeah.
And in my mind, and then I say, oh yeah, we should. And in my head, I'm like, that's never going to fucking happen. And it still does kind of, it hurts my feelings when people say that, honestly, when they're like, we should hang out, because it's like, you don't mean that because you are not going to contact me. And then on the flip side, I've reached out to people that were like, we should hang out, and I don't hear from them. So I'll reach out to them and then they don't follow through with it. Like they actually didn't want to hang out. Yeah. So now it actually hurts my feelings when people say that, because I'm automatically like, oh, you don't mean it.
But is that an LA trope? Because I honestly didn't feel that on the East Coast. Like
Same in the Midwest. Yeah. I was like, people don't do this in the Midwest. Like in Wisconsin, where I'm from, if you want to hang out with somebody, you hang out. What is this thing in LA of people being two-faced and wishy-washy. Oh my God, we should hang out. And then like nobody fucking hangs out except with their dog or their significant other. Right. You know, nobody, I don't know. It's like they like the idea of it, but they don't want to actually leave their house or their apartment.
And I've also observed another thing, which is like, I think people like say yes to hanging out with you. I mean, I'm just talking about some people that I know.
Yeah.
And some people that have hurt me a lot. Just because like I thought that they were like considered what I considered was like a real close friend. And then like for some reason, like the hanging out was consistently weird. It would be like, oh yeah, we just gotta do one of those hangouts. Cause then when we do hang out, it's amazing. But the follow through and the planning of it was just so disrespectful. Like, and I don't mean that in any arrogant sense, but like if we make a plan, I expect you to just be an adult and just go, this is the time that we're doing it. And, and then we both follow through and our feelings don't get hurt.
Right.
But then there's this thing of like, I think that some people say yes to a lot of things and they just kind of like wait around and they're like, I'm not going to say no to anything. I'm just going to say yes to everything until something better comes along. No, really. Yeah. Or it's the nap because a lot of times the nap is the better.
Yeah.
But it's fucking, it hurts you over and over and again. Yeah. And I think that they're probably just getting hurt just as much, but they don't. I mean, like you explained to me just now about how like everything that happened after the last time we hung out and everything that happened with the videos and the podcast hurt your feelings, but I didn't even know or think that, you know what I mean? Like I just thought time had gone on. So I think that maybe like some people are just like not emotional, like, or it just slips their mind. Like they just, I don't know, but it's like a sickness and it is an LA thing.
It really is. Yeah. And I think most people don't have the self-awareness to realize that. And I also think it has to do with their attention spans being so short where they forget things. You know what I mean? Like, they like the idea of hanging out and then they'll kind of forget about it and they'll forget about you and they're off to, they just live moment to moment, which I guess in sort of like mindfulness Buddhism, it's a good thing to live in the present, live moment to moment. But the way that everyone's brains are so hardwired now is for that sort of quick, you know, dopaminergic, release, not just from videos, but from conversations as well. You know, there's no planning to hang out. It's like about the now, you know,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And, do you have like, a rule in your head where you're like, if this like for a while, I think that I subconsciously developed a thing where like, if somebody flaked on me, I think I gave them like one or two, the amount of times that I let that happen have become so low, but like,
oh, sure.
Like, do you have that where you're like, oh, they can only flake on me like one or two times?
I don't have like a set number. No, I should take your advice on that. I think generally, I mean, I'm usually very picky now about who I allow in my sort of social circle. If they flake, as in like no show, like they don't even text you. And,
no, like they changed the plans.
Oh, okay. You know, there's like two sides to that. Cause on one hand, it's like, just follow through with it like an adult. Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like, if they really like something came up or if they really like don't feel like it, why would I want them still to hang out with me? And you're in the presence of somebody who does not want to be there. Does that make sense? So it's like if somebody flakes on me and they don't want to be there, a part of me is like, well, maybe that's a good thing, because if you don't want to be hanging out with me, then I don't want to be around that kind of energy, for lack of a better word.
Right. Fake or toxic.
Yeah. So at least I think the way I look at that is, well, at least you're being honest and telling me you don't feel like hanging out, maybe an emergency happened. This is aside from that. Like they just didn't feel like it and they're just making up an excuse. Then it's like, well, okay, maybe if you don't want to hang out with me, then I don't want to be around somebody who doesn't want to be there, because there's resentment surrounding that. But I don't really have like a set. I think I just like, if that happens, I would wait for them like to reach out to hang out with me. I would not reach out to them again. Then it's your turn. If you want to hang out with me, it's your turn. And hopefully you follow through with it. Cause I always, not always, but 99% of the time follow through with everything.
Yeah.
Maybe because we're not from LA.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
like
it
the
is.
whole thing.
If you're like born and raised in LA, you're a fucking asshole.
No, I mean like seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I also know people from the East Coast who like are now, after living in LA, literally almost impossible to hang out with. Mm-hmm. But it's more rare than the other way around. But it hurts. Mm-hmm. It hurts. And I just kind of, for me, I just sort of like, I start to get crazy to the point where I was like, maybe nobody wants to be around me.
Oh,
you start to do that.
Yeah.
And that's why
like,
loneliness
I'm the problem.
You
start to think,
You just start to go, dang, it's so hard to like do anything with anyone.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't need anyone. And then that's how you get depressed.
Yeah. Isn't it ironic too? Because LA and New York are some of the biggest cities in the US.
Yeah.
So many people here, so many opportunities to network and make friends. And yet LA and New York are such lonely cities.
So lonely.
And the irony is in those smaller, not like Milwaukee, Wisconsin Milwaukee is the biggest city in Wisconsin, but it's a small town vibe compared to LA. And you have like the best of friends there. And I think it's because it's like a kinship that you have with other people. It's more sort of community oriented, for lack of a better word, where it's like, I don't know, because here it's like there's so many people, but there's also like so many other things to do to occupy your mind and your life. So you just do those things. Whereas in Wisconsin or where you're from, Florida.
Yeah.
Not that there's nothing to do in Florida, but it's just.
Well, you're describing exactly like when you're in school.
Yeah.
And there's a forced community.
Yeah.
A forced social environment. And jobs have that too, like, but when there's not that forced thing, it's really up to people to like stay loyal to. It's loyalty.
Yeah.
And yeah, the options are numerous. So you're just making me really like think like it's because of the options. And we also hang out with people who also want to be entertainers. Mm-hmm. We work in an entertainment industry and an entertainment town, and it's like so. Is there an actual hangout? We're hanging out and we're doing a podcast. You know what I mean? Like everything is like career oriented, so it's so many layers of the onion, and I just go, it's sad. Yeah,
it is. I think like it is easy to be cynical about it because I feel like I've become a very cynical person. But I tried to stay sane by telling myself there are like, diamonds in the rough or needles in the haystack. Like, like just how similarly it's easy to go online and you read all these like toxic comments on so incredibly toxic comments. You would think Hitler has been reincarnated and all these people truly. Yeah. And it really makes you lose faith and hope in like the future of people and humanity. And how did we become so sick? Like, but then you realize like, oh, that's just a percentage of people who are on the internet and saying these really bad things. Most people are not, saying those things on the internet. Maybe they're thinking it, but they're not saying it like that. So the way I see it is like yeah, a lot of people in LA are like that, two-faced, flaky, say they want to hang out, don't follow through. But there are genuine good people like still in LA, like you. And I have like very few other people that are, you know, needles in the haystack. Yeah. They do exist. They're just hard to find.
I totally agree. And the internet thing, the comment thing, it's crazy because it is like a small percentage of people who are just like, that's what they do all day. And then I also think that there's an element of like, there's a phenomenon that happens when we're on that device, on that computer or whatever. We get to like be anonymous in a way, like,
oh, absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
And it's kind of going the opposite of what you're saying, which is sick, but it's like, maybe everyone is just like, you know, like has these suppressed thoughts or whatever, and they're like unleashing them in the moment. But then I also go like, damn, like, you know how many people have told you probably and told me, I know for sure in my life that I'm so great or whatever. And it's like, I guess that's what you could consider a fan base. You know what I mean? Like, so there are people that like me out there and I have good qualities.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one asshole just has to find me
and ruin everything. It's like the one bad comment ruins the 100 other good ones.
It's all you think about.
Yeah.
It's partially why I hate the internet. And I think it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, it really is the devil. And I say that funnily enough, as I have like a separate poetry and writing account where I post like stories and poems and stuff. And I'm very active on there, like every day. And a part of me loves it because I get to be creative and show a different side of me and post my poetry and little short stories. But then another part of me is like, ugh, but it's just, I hate social media in general.
Yeah.
But you feel like you have to kind of be on it to market yourself and promote your work, because how the fuck else are you going to do it? Like genuinely without social media.
It's crazy.
For any comedy, art, anything.
It's wild how like I personally I was so like I deleted my Instagram a few times. I've just really thought about like, no, like I'm one of those people that doesn't have social media. And then you just like do art enough and you just start to see like, I don't know how you feel, but like to me, it's just like, damn, I better get with the program because I mean, it's crazy. The opportunities that these people with fan bases online get.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I could get one fraction of that, where would I be? You know? And I do comedy shows and I get put on these shows with people with like millions of followers and whatever. And they're not not good.
Yeah.
You know, I just, it's also so wild that like, I was also, okay, sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No. It's fun listening to you, I promise.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you.
You bowed.
Thank you. My friend, I have a new friend at work and he's Instagram famous. He's like an influencer, but
okay.
He's not like, he has no negative stereotypes. He's very honest and nice. And so he was telling me all about how he became Instagram famous. And he was like, oh, you have to go viral. Like that's the only way, because that's the only way that you're going to get the inertia to get more and more views to your content.
Yeah.
And I'm like, already, I'm like mad because the idea of going viral, I came from the school of thought of like a viral video is like a dog pooping in a yard. I don't need to worry about going viral as a comedian. Like if that happens, that's fine. But now we're like going out of our way to talk about this. But it's fine. I listened more and he was like, yeah, my viral videos, I will get 80,000 followers from one viral video. And he's like, my worst videos now have 10,000 views. And I was like, what is happening? And he said so much as to like go, he was like, that the way that I figured out how to do it. He goes, I watch videos of viral people and I replicate it almost exactly down to like what they were wearing, the framing, the lighting, the content, the timing, everything. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
No, it's too much work.
Sounds like the biggest way to lose originality.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the closest thing that I could think of to fucking Neuralink brain implants of going, we need to be what the internet wants. We lost the objective.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he's an Instagram influencer, I would imagine he's making money from that. So what is he doing working at your kind of job? I wonder.
So he showed me one of his viral videos, and I'll have to take this out because I think he's going to come on the podcast, hopefully.
Okay.
But $13 he made from a viral video.
Oh my God. That's it?
$13. And now he also does social media consultation for $2,000 a month for somebody.
Oh,
but yeah, he still sits in a cubicle away. What's the advice?
You need to go viral?
Yeah.
For $2,000?
That people at my job have literally been like, this other girl I know who, God bless her, she's very opinionated, and she was like all about like, she's like, this is what you have to do. You have to like redo your whole Instagram and like just gear it to nothing but stand up. And she's like, I can like, it started to become a sales pitch. And she was like, I can like do it for you and I can get you a lot of followers, but you have to like be willing to go all the way in. And I'm like, this feels like fucking Tupperware or Avon. Like, where do I sign my life away? Like,
yeah.
And I even said, I was like, do you want me to pay you?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, we could work it out.
Oh.
And then I just kind of like got out of that.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I'm not. I don't know. Like, how do you want to make it? Do you want to be like known for your acting? Mm-hmm. And then you have a following online as a byproduct of that? Or do you want to become famous online and then hope that translates into the film and entertainment industry?
The former. I would much rather be known for like the work, like being in a film or like a stage production that would hopefully catch wind or fire of some sort. And then that would trickle into like a social media traction from there. I would rather have that than the social media leading to opportunities. I don't know. There's just something about having like a large social media following in general that just the idea of it just kind of just irks me a bit. It's fake. All of it is just fake. And how even nowadays, like sometimes when they cast actors, I see on these casting notices, they're like, please list the number of followers you have on Instagram. And I'm like, I'm not even going to submit. Like, why? I don't want to be a part of some kind of production where they prioritize your followers over your talent. You know what I mean?
I mean, how many times do you see people with like 20 million followers and then like, what have they been in?
Well, exactly. And the fact that like, if that's like a merit to being cast, it makes me feel like I don't want to watch them. Like, right. It's just a social media influencer on a and then you automatically, I think, put like almost like a Nepo baby to it. It's like, oh, well, you're just in this Netflix show because of your followers, not because of your talent. So I don't want people to think that of me. You know, I would rather, I ideally would either just nail an audition and get a part, or like start posting like monologues or short videos of me doing like different characters. That's my specialty, like things like Joker or Harley or Gollum, stuff like that. And then that would catch a casting director's attention, or maybe that would gain traction or some people that like my work. The truth is I don't know, because like I just started to take my career stuff more seriously within the past like 6 months or so, because I feel like, because I'm 34 and I think we talked about this last time too, but just like how I really feel like I'm getting old, like that palpable sense of urgency that I'm getting old, and I don't have much. Just in the grand scheme of things, I don't have much time left, you know?
Right.
Well, in the sense of like, I really feel like we talked about this, but I'll just quickly reiterate. How old are you?
33.
We definitely talked about this. Okay. You are a third of the way done with your life. You only have 2/3 left. You only have 2/3 left. Of those 2/3, you only have 1/3 left of pretty good health. The last third, you know, you're old in geriatric.
I hate this so much.
Well, it was like this realization I had about a year or two ago. And I just thought about, you know how you just think about things and you have thoughts that pop up in your head. And I was just like, wow, when you put it that way, that's sort of in the mathematical sense, you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to die soon. I don't have much time. No, really, I don't have much time left. Like I'm 34. My 30s have gone by so, it feels like I just turned 30 yesterday and I'm in my almost mid 30s. Yeah. I'm going to be 40 soon. 40, you know? Yeah. And then it's going to go faster from that point on. And then I'm going to be old and I won't look as nice. And so, no, I mean,
you say all this and you look so young on a, you know,
well, thank you. But like, it just gives you a sense of urgency of like, oh my God, I need to get my shit together.
I feel
like,
that.
Truly.
And I think it's why they have that saying, the youth is lost on the young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, I mean, what you said is pretty depressing. So my positive angle on it is like,
please add a positive.
There's a shit ton. Yeah. There's a shit ton of practice that you did. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you,
that's
but
a
like
good way to look at it.
Sucked so long at acting and comedy and all of it, writing, everything. I just sucked. And I probably will one day look back at this phase and go, I sucked. Mm-hmm. But I just know that all the time I put in is like, I just feel like it's setting me up for like something, you know, like, and I don't know what it is, but like, I just feel like, you know, I'm gonna do something. And, you know, I totally get what you're saying. You ever look at like, remember like looking at like famous people that you knew and like, you thought to yourself like, oh shit, like, no, like...
Let me just like get phone number of Robert De Niro.
No, but like, I don't know. I used to think people look so old. Like I just was like, oh, they're like so old. But now I'm like, no, they're adults. Like, it takes a long time to make it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. It depends.
Don't lose hope.
Thank you. Well, same to you. Don't lose hope. Yeah.
I haven't yet.
It'll come.
Every other day.
Just wait it out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just give me an hour.
The biggest thing I hear in terms of advice generally is like, just don't give up. Just stick with it. You know, and I hear that advice from like I do sometimes like Lyft on the side, like like Uber.
Oh, right.
So I do Lyft on the side just occasionally. And the other day I picked up a voice actor from Warner Brothers. And I was like, you're so fucking cool. Like, I want to be like you when I grow up. Yeah. And I just said, like, do you have any advice for me? Like, just general advice. And she just said, don't give up. Stick with it and you'll make it.
See?
And I was like, that's all. And I've heard that advice many times. Like, I've gone to LA Comic Con. I was talking to an actor from Sons of Anarchy. And I said, do you have any advice for me as an actor? And he said, stick with it. Don't give up. And I was like, they're all saying the same fucking thing. Well, which is, you know, it must be true.
It's true. Because, I mean, everyone talks about how it's like, up to the gods and chance.
Manifesting.
Guess what the only Guess what the only thing that is 100% sure shot that you're gonna do amazing things, or maybe not what you can even fathom, or maybe less than what you can fathom.
Mm-hmm.
Being alive and continuing to do what you're already doing.
Yeah.
That's the only. And my dad motivated me from a very young age to like get into this and like get in front of the camera or whatever.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah. It also, sometimes I'm like, if he hadn't done that, maybe wouldn't be so like fucking
Fucked
crazy
up.
about, yeah. Fucked. But then he like said, I remember he said after I was in LA for a while, and he was just like, he's like, Joe, it's all right. You didn't make it. And I was like, wow. I was like, well, fuck you.
Oh, no.
I was like, second of all, you know, the people who don't make it,
mm-hmm.
they decided they don't make it.
Yeah.
Because they gave up.
Yeah.
That's exactly the sure shot way to not make it. I mean, even if I died, even if you died right now, you would still be painted as an actress, and
mm-hmm.
they would pull up plays and classes and people that you knew and productions and projects. You would die as an actress.
Oh, that's a nice way to look at it.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's fucked up, but it's also like, yeah, I was just like looking at the highway today, and I was like, I was at my job and I was pissed and I don't like being there. And there's the highway and I can see the highway, and I was like, I have like so not made it. Like I am so nobody that like that's what makes it that much more cool to like make it one day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we came from being so nobody
mm-hmm.
that like to make it will be that much more like.
It would taste sweeter.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You earned it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that makes me sad that you're that miserable at your job every day.
Well, it's also like a mega mind fuck, because it's just, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to work in TV. I don't want to be the emo boy.
Yeah.
I want to be on TV, or at least like writing for TV. That would be a great gig too. But yeah, it feels like weird cards to be dealt to work there and not.
What would be the next steps for you as a comedian to make like more progress? Like out of curiosity, like what is it? Do you have to get in a certain club like the Laugh Factory or something? Like,
so there's a lot of ways. And yeah, so getting into a club is getting passed at a club definitely helps, because you're going to start to be on shows with like professional comedians, and those professional comedians will inevitably suggest you for projects or representation. You can also just get representation. You can also just get casted in something. Like I've auditioned for a Kevin Hart movie and TV shows and stuff. If I landed one of them, like that's why like some people start in TV, some people start in the clubs. I'm really trying to like do as many comedy festivals right now as I can, because like it you know, some people like climb the game that way and they get into better and better festivals, and then yeah, they get rep after that, and nothing's a sure shot. But the constant element is social media. It's like
sure,
there's so many people that value that before anything else. It's wild,
and it's sad too.
It's sad. It feels like the end of anything good, like any good entertainment.
It feels like the end of humanity in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
to prioritize numbers and algorithms and insights and things that just don't matter. Like what matters is like the person and the human being. And that's why I think like authenticity is bullshit on the internet. Like how everyone's like, oh, just be your authentic self. We want authenticity. No, people don't want authenticity.
No.
You know what they want is at least for like YouTube videos, what I get is they want agreeability. So they want somebody to watch that agrees with them on anything. If you're truly authentic, you would be canceled. If I was truly authentic, I would be canceled and you wouldn't be my friend anymore, probably. Well, just in the sense of like, we all have certain demons and we all have certain viewpoints and things that we just can't share. So it's ironic for people to say we want authenticity on the internet, and when they get that, then they cancel said person.
And that's why the internet is fucked. Because it's like anybody that people praise on the internet, it is a complete orchestration. It is not, and it's just wild. It's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to throw my phone away. Like I hate it so much.
Same. I think that like, for me, I just treat it like a job, like a business that I'm growing.
Yeah.
Like at least with my writing and poetry now, and like writing books and trying to get like a bit of a fan base from that. And I just look at it as like a job, like, oh, I'm like clocking in every day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like going to Instagram, like to my job. And like when I engage with people, it's like, oh, you're like talking to customers kind of thing. Like, I think if I keep it like, oh, it's like a job that I'm growing, or a business that I'm growing, and a job I'm going to, that's made it easier for me. And I don't know if that shift maybe might help if you look at the comedy like, oh, this is a business. I'm a brand that I'm trying to grow.
Yeah, I started doing a calendar. Like I have this app now. It's called Co-Schedule. And so my goal is to post every single day, 5 days a week.
Okay.
The difficulty for me is like, it's not just having content, because I mean, I can put any old nasty video up, but like I just really want like funny, high quality, or at least decent quality content. But I know a girl who just posts like the worst stand-up videos in the world. Like I wouldn't post that. She posts a lot of stuff that I would never do. And she just got like 4,000 followers out of you know what I mean? Like, how did she get the fourth from that?
Well, she's a girl. No, really, girls have an edge with social media.
Really?
People are more likely to follow women.
Really?
Pretty privilege in general.
Oh, damn. Yeah. And I don't have that?
No.
Not with this face?
No, I'm not. It's just, even if you're a guy, it's just people are more likely to follow girls.
Yeah, no.
In general.
I know that. Yeah.
You're a very pretty person. Don't worry.
Thank you. After all the weight loss.
No. Oh, sure.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I've had to fart for like very long.
Can I have a cracker?
Yeah.
Thank you.